You are listening to
Marty and the Bro.
So we've shared the sample of
Yeah.
episode 1 with about, I don't know, about 25 or 30 people or so. And the reaction that we've gotten has been pretty interesting.
To say the
Did
least.
I, to say the least? Have you gotten any specific reaction to it?
Yes and no. So, like I told you, most people barely, support anything I do. So, but that's not. So, not. I don't think anybody's listened to the sample except my sisters, and they loved it. To be honest
What?
with you, but they're my sisters, so they
Okay.
don't. They loved it, and what's more interesting is the reaction that you've gotten and everybody else in the co-op has
Yeah,
gotten, in
yeah,
my opinion.
yeah. Well, let me tell you the one just a couple things reactions.
Yeah.
So this one friend of mine heard it, and the first thing he said was, "Yeah, I think you should make your show about something else." And I'm like,
Like,
and this was just a 7-minute sample that he
yeah.
heard of one episode of this entire. Yeah, I think you should just make it about something else. Talk about something else. Like, okay, all right. Well, that
Yeah.
might, anyway, that was a funny one.
That's hilarious.
Another one that, people have commented on how many times you say, you know what I'm saying? Because you were really on a roll there.
Yeah, yeah, man. That's hilarious.
And it just comes out. I mean, you're just like, you know what I'm saying? And um,
It's my version of
you know, it's your version of but you know what, even one of our, somebody on the team was like, they counted 30 times that you said you
That's
said it in that
hilarious.
sample.
Yeah, this isn't the first time this has actually happened either. Like, so I have it's something I do a lot. Even people in my community notice. They're like, you say, you know, I'm saying a lot, but especially like when I'm thinking like higher concept ideas, it's pulling from the ether. You know what I mean. So I'm trying to, I'm really trying to think deep, and those are my kind of filler words, and I'm like you know how it goes. Just listen to what I'm
Yeah,
saying, not how I'm saying it.
exactly. So
Yeah.
yeah, so that sample, I've heard some people, they've said they listened to it twice because they really had to, because you touch on some stuff that's fresh, I
Mm.
think, in that sample and the whole show. I mean, that's why we're doing
Yeah.
this show together, is because you have a lot of the concepts that you have thought about are going to be fresh for people, and it's good to get them out there. So
I appreciate that, man.
um another friend of mine,
Yeah.
actually, you met her.
Okay.
She couldn't get through the whole 7 minutes because of your use of the N word. Yeah.
That's hilarious. God, white people are
So,
ridiculous.
but
I'm
yeah,
sorry.
but isn't it so? But that's another thing. Like, you listen to that sample, anybody
Yeah.
out there that's going to listen to that sample, you know, the whole concept behind episode 1, which isn't clear from the sample, but we're letting you know right now, the whole concept is listen to what I'm saying, not how I say it.
Hmm.
And those things, like the use of the N word in conversation, the way that Marty uses it, I got to be honest with you, and hanging out with you, but long before the show started, just hanging out with you,
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you straight there, when you would use that word a lot, I would wince. I mean, like, I felt like almost one time it's like, can you just not say? Because it's funny,
Yeah.
white people have been so trained by the media and by all that information about the N word, and it has so much this and that, that we can't say it, and we can't even hear it in peace, honestly.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that's right or good or bad, but
Yeah.
it definitely,
It's hard, huh?
it's a little hard. But I'm okay now. I finally got
Yeah.
to a place. So you go ahead, man. You do it. But we got to
Nigga,
get the
nigga,
listeners
nigga,
out there.
nigga.
We got to get our listeners out there to also embrace this idea, to get to know you a little bit. And
Yeah.
you're fine. I have got no interest in changing the way that you speak. Hopefully
Yeah, good, because I'm
know.
not changing it. You know what I'm saying?
Great. Perfect.
Yeah, man.
Anyway.
And I want to give you a concept, like something I was thinking about, the idea of nigga, because a lot of people don't like the use of the word nigga, even in my community, right? And for me, I've starting to come to the realization that it's one of the reason why I think it's such a powerful word is because you know exactly what I'm talking about when I say nigga. You know what I'm saying? It's a word since the word was put on me. You know what I mean? Since the word was put on us originally, there's no question about who you're talking about. You know what I mean? So I think it's, like, for example, I'm going to use an example for liberal, progressive, those words, right? Those words are there's no meaning to liberal, progressive anymore in politics because, anybody takes it, there's politicians could say I'm a progressive and not do progressive things. You get what I mean? Like, and not, oh, I'm a liberal, I'm a conservative. There's certain labels that don't have meaning, but I think words, I think the power and beauty in taking a word that was denigrated first and taking back control of it is you can't ever take it. You can never switch the meaning of it for me now because we know who and what we're talking about when we say that word, right? So I think that's the beauty and the power of the word nigga, and not just word nigga, like anything that of that nature that we take back control of, because like there's all kinds of stuff that there's all kinds of stuff like that. Like, for example, even in Britain, if you want a cigarette, they say fag, right? The word fag for cigarette. So, if they were to come here and ask for a fag and you would get offended by them, you would look stupid, right? If American went to Britain and got offended by that use of the word, they'd be like, this idiot, go back to America, dumbass. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't mean what you think it means for us. And that's think about it like that when I say it. It doesn't mean what it means for me, for you, or not for you necessarily, but for other white people, right? So, that's
right.
Just think about that concept, I guess. But
no, that's a good explanation. And when people, so definitely, hopefully, this one friend that said they couldn't listen to the whole 7 minutes because of that. Hopefully, that's a unique situation.
Yeah.
And anyway, but there are other comments here. The main thing for me is how much it got people talking. When I shared it with some of the friends and then asked for feedback, was just how much it got them talking and thinking about these issues, which is exactly what we want to happen. So I feel like the sample was the right segment of episode 1 to pull out. And it's compelling enough for you to listen to the sample and then want to come back and hear the entire episode. So episode 1.
That's dope, man. To be honest with you, man, I when I listened back to it, yeah, man, I was like, God damn, I was, not only did I say, know what I'm saying, a lot, know what I'm saying, but it was, I gave you no wiggle room in that episode. I was pushing back hard, man. I was like, damn.
Well, what was kind of funny about it is that you would say something and you're like, you know what I'm saying? And my response was like, no, I don't know what you're saying. Anyway, whatever. It worked, and I think you're gonna like the sample. If you haven't heard it already, you're gonna like the show. So come back. March 12th is when we're launching, right? And
man, it's right around the corner.
And the website for Marty is martyandthebro.com, and we'll have a YouTube channel that is youtube.com/martyandthebro. You can also find the podcast version of our show on any of the podcasting platforms. Again, launching March 12th.
Yo, you like what you just saw? Make sure you like, share, subscribe so the algorithms can algorithm or whatever sorcery they do. Follow us on our socials. Links all down in the description. And let's keep rocking.